moment. I'm trying to. Yes, thank you so much, guys. I see you, Mary, Victor. This is a community, and we're so glad to have you. Yes, we are so glad to have you, Dola. I see you. I see you, Joseph. If I have missed your name, I see you. All right, let us go straight ahead to the business of the day. And tonight we are having Oluwabukola Adeshina. Oluwabukola, please can you show your face? Yes. Oh, welcome. We're so glad to have you. So I'm going to be reading your introduction just before you have the mic. So Oluwabukola is a senior QA tester at Lantern Tech, and she is also the founder of MMIT, that's Mentor Me in Tech, a platform that empowers aspiring tech professionals in Africa through free mentorship and guidance. With a wealth of experience in the tech industry, Oluwabukola has worked with startups across Australia, the UK, Canada, and South Africa, helping them build and deliver high quality products that meets user needs. Her career journey is a testament to the power of faith, resilience, and a continuous drive for personal and professional growth. From transitioning into tech industry and becoming a skilled QA tester to launching her own startup, Oluwabukola's path has been fueled by her passion for technology, problem solving, and empowering others. She has a mission to bridge the mentorship gap for aspiring professionals, especially in Africa, providing access to guidance, knowledge, and opportunities that allow individuals to thrive in the tech world through MMIT. She is creating a community where mentorship is accessible to everyone, regardless of their background or financial status. Everybody help me to welcome Olubukola Adeshino. She's going to be taking us on the subject that is very special in the QA word. And tonight we have her in our midst. So let us make a warm welcome to Olubukola. Olubukola, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you
Oluwabukola,
so much,
we're
Faith.
so glad to have you. We're
Thank
so
you.
glad
Good
to have you.
evening.
Good
Okay, good
evening.
evening, everyone. Good evening, wherever you are listening from. So nice to be here, and thank you for having me. So yeah, without wasting much of our time, I am Oluwabukola Adeshino, and I enjoy what I do for a living. Right, I'm a software quality assurance tester or engineer, anything you want to call it, and yeah, I enjoy my work. So I will be presenting my screen shortly now, just a minute, so that we don't waste our time. Entire screen. Okay. Can we all see my screen? I want to be sure we can see my screen.
Yes, I
Faith,
can see your
my
screen. Yes, I can see your screen. I can see your
okay.
screen.
Okay. All right. Thank you. What's going on? Just a minute, please. So I don't know. It's looking like I was trying to use the presenter view. Just a minute, please. Give me. Oh, okay. Sorry, I need to. Okay. Let me try again and see. Maybe we'll just go ahead like this because I'm not sure what's. Okay, yeah. So we're good. So yeah, welcome everyone to today's class. I said a class, but I think it's a class because I love teaching and I love talking about what I do a lot. So yeah, we'll be talking about identifying high risk areas and prioritizing testing efforts tonight. So welcome, and please follow me. If there's any question along the way, please drop it in the comments section, and or you can call my attention. Yeah, thank you. So yes, the topic we are really discussing tonight, and this is a manager level, if I'm correct, insight for strategic software testing. It's very, very important because as thought leaders, or who knows, anybody might become a QA lead someday, become the manager or whatever, right? So it's very important because you know that you are not just overseeing tasks, right? We are steering quality and risk. So today is going to be about helping us to focus on our testing energy where it really counts. Yes, there are a lot of things to test, but then there's still some features or functionalities you need to prioritize. So yeah, the objectives basically is to understand how to identify high risk areas in a product, learn methods to assess and categorize risk, prioritize testing efforts based on risk and impact, then align testing strategy with business goals. So yes, let's get straight into it. So why risk based testing? Let's be honest, guys. Time and resources, they are never unlimited, right? They're like time is limited, resources are limited, budget is limited. So why risk based testing? It's just because it helps us to test smarter. We don't have to waste time, we don't have to waste resources, we don't have to waste energy. Even we don't have to waste our budget, right? So instead of trying to test everything, what we basically do is we test what matters the most, what is of the utmost importance. So that is what we test. And then for these, I think it also leads to fewer surprises in production and more value delivered to customers, or should I say our users, basically. And number 2 years, so yeah, focus testing on features that matter most to mitigate critical failures early, so that your users will not be surprised, to improve overall product quality and user experience. Because yes, why are you testing? It's definitely to improve the overall product quality and the user experience, right? So what is a high risk area? If you'd ask, definitely this is just so these are the 5 areas prone to failure: complex integrations, new or frequently changed features, business critical functionality, areas with a history of bugs. And when we say high risk, guys, we're talking about features or parts of a product that are most likely to break, or let's say if they break, they cause the most damage. So those are what we call a high risk area. For example, payment button or submit button, a login function, a login button that's supposed to function well. So those are areas you're supposed to prioritize. They are called high risk areas, especially payment button. It's funny how what I even posted today was a little more, I mean, on LinkedIn, it's more fun, and everybody, I'm glad a lot of users, spoke their mind about, different features that they expected to perform their functionalities, but then when they click, they got something else entirely. So yes, users are getting frustrated because these areas are not being prioritized. And let's move on. Don't worry, I hope I'm not speaking too fast, and I hope I'm speaking our language. So yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Faith. Thank you. Okay, so there's risk assessment factors, right? Impact. And one thing, before I even go there, we can't manage what we don't understand. Let's get that straight. We can't. I mean, if you don't understand something, if you don't understand the product requirement document of what you're working on, how sorry, I hope there are no newbies here, because if you're a newbie, there's what we call a PRD. And for every product you're working on, there must be a PRD. So yes, there's what we call a product requirement document that, of course, you're supposed to work with to be able to understand, the product you're working on. So when you don't understand it, how do you want to manage it? When you don't understand the products you're working on, there's no way you want to manage it. There's no way you want to work well with it. There's no way you want to even help the company, or not to talk of the user. So yes, you need to understand the products you're working with. So when we are assessing risk, these are the things we look at. These 5 things here: the impact, what happens if this fails, right? This is what I said, like business, user, financial consequences of failure. Like, what's going to happen if this login button fails? What's going to happen if submit button doesn't work? What's going to happen if the payment is not going through? What's going to happen, right? And then we have probability. How likely is this supposed to happen? How likely is this failure? How likely is this feature supposed to affect the customers, or what's the impact it's going to cause? So yes, there's probability, there's also complexity, and that's the technical depth, the dependencies, right? Is this part, is it tricky, or is it tightly coupled with others? If this is affected, does it affect other features? Stuff like that. So you need to assess the complexity as well. You also need to assess the usage frequency. Is it used daily or barely touched? Like, how often is that? For example, let's say on a product, maybe a mobile app. For me, I hardly go to my transaction history now. I hardly click that feature. Once I get a what's it called now, a receipt, and then I saw the message, I don't bother checking my transaction history. Also, there are also some useless features that maybe these banking apps have. I'm not even sure if I've ever clicked it. So yes, those ones you check. That's what we also have as usage frequency. For example, now you can't say the transfer button. That one, it is high, because users will definitely, why is the app created if I can't transfer, or if I can buy airtime, or if I can buy data? Do you understand? So yes, you have to also assess the usage frequency, also the visibility, customer facing versus internal components. Is it customer facing? You have to ask, like, this actually gives us a full picture of what's at stake here. Like, as our customers getting more affected, is it internally? Does it affect our users? All these factors are supposed to be assessed thoroughly, 100%, like extremely. So you can't overlook it. So this is what we say when you say, okay, you are doing a risk assessment. These 5 factors have to be very, very much considered. So let's move forward. We have the risk matrix example. So I use this a lot, right? Each feature is scored on probability and impact, right? So this is a login feature, right? Probability, of course, high. Impact is also what? High, because if you can't log in, then what do you want to do on the app? If you can't, let's even say sign up, but let's also log in. If you can't log in, what do you want to say on the app, right? So there is nothing you want to say. There's nothing the user wants to do. Basically, you've locked me out. I can't do anything on that app. So yes, it is high. The impact, very high, because if a user can't log in, definitely they are off your products. And what's the priority? The priority has to be very high. It is high. It is high. So when you're even writing, or you're making a bug report, it is high. Login feature not working, very, very, very high. So settings, for example, settings is low. Like, it's not something that you go to every day. Do you understand? Like, it's not something that like, if you compare it to login, of course, you want to log in, you want to do what the app is basically for. Let's say fintech, maybe you want to receive money, you want to transfer, you want to withdraw. That's it. You just come in there to come and do that. But for settings, maybe unless you want to change let's say you want to change your password, or maybe you want to upload your image, basically nothing much with the settings feature. So yes, the probability is what's low. Then the impact is medium. It's not a high it's not going to have an high impact, right, on the users or even on the app itself. So, and then the priority is what is low because yes, it doesn't affect anything that much. You have these two features to work on. Definitely you're prioritizing the login feature because we know that the impact is high, probability is high. Probability means, okay, how likely are people or users able to use this feature? So it is very high, and then the impact also is high. So definitely you have to prioritize that. So this framework, this risk matrix example, helps remove emotion and guesswork from the equation. So you know that, okay, you are thinking straight. This is what we are supposed to do. This is what we are doing. I hope I'm communicating, guys. So yes, let's move forward.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for the response. Thank you. So yes, so now we have testing effort, of course. So prioritizing testing effort, right? Once we have mapped out the risk, someone raising up their hand because I can't see right now.
You can continue.
All right, thank you.
Oji,
All right.
do you want to say something? Okay, I think you can continue.
All right,
We'll
then.
take questions later.
All right, no problem. So yes, once we are done mapping out, the risk, what then do we prioritize, right? So we prioritized what did we say earlier? The high risk areas. Test high risk areas first. Then you involve cross-functional teams for risk evaluation, right? Automate regression for stable, low risk areas, continuously reassess as the product evolves, use exploratory testing for ambiguous or complex features. I'm sure people know the difference between exploratory, know what exploratory testing is. So anyways, we have manual and automated testing, right? So yes, for high risk areas, you have to use your manual and automation testing. Deep, that's to be deep, that's to be very early. Like when I say very early, you've identified that, okay, this feature is not working. So please make sure that you're working on it ASAP, like ASAP. So you have to prioritize that and make sure that your developers are working on it like immediately. My developers now, they know me. Once anything, I'm like, okay, I'll make sure that the user, because as a QA tester or engineer, firstly, your thought is focused or should be directed towards your user. So even as a manager or a QA lead or a thought leader, whatever it is you are, so your priority should be on the users. Like, okay, is this feature going to affect this? Even if, let's say, you have your keywords and then they bring this thing to you, how are we testing this first? What are we solving first? You should know that, okay, this feature, is it of high probability? Is it of high impact? Then okay, yes, if it is high, definitely you are definitely prioritizing that particular feature. So you don't have a choice. You can't say, oh, and because maybe something is not working. There is no excuse here. So you need to be able to think straight at that point. You need to be able to at least give a decision once you've identified the high risk areas. So please, this prioritizing, it's based on the high risk areas, and that is why we are here tonight. You need to know what features to go for first, and the ones that, okay, these ones can come later, these ones are secondary, yes, these ones are primary. Let's not forget, like maybe on the design, I'm also a designer. So there's something we call a primary button and a secondary button. So that primary button, we need to make sure that all those primary features, they are working. So yes, there's also what's it called now? Okay, let me leave that later. So anyway, for prioritizing testing efforts here, the goal is just to deliberate testing. Don't test everything. Don't test everything. Yes, we can pray that, oh yes, nothing should break or nothing should afford, but here you are focusing on the high risk areas. Let's move forward. So what are the tools you need to support risk-based testing? Tools and what to do, right? There's Jira. You use Jira actually. If you don't know how to use Jira, I'm sure everybody here. So people use what's it called? Trello, there is Asana, there is ClickUp. There are a lot of tools out there that can help you to create your task, to tag high risk areas. There's also TestRail to manage test cases by risk level actually. So they already have it inbuilt. So you just what's it called now? Yes, you just attach the bug or the feature you are reporting, just attach it to the level of the risk, and that's all. Then yeah, you can also use spreadsheet. Some people use spreadsheet and Excel. I've never used that, so I just use the normal softwares that we have, and that's it. And yeah, I think that's all. Yes, of course, your collaboration with your product manager, your developer, and support teams really matters. I tell people that there is no way you want to say you are good at your job, that your communication skills is so bad and very poor. There is no way that is going to work, guys. So as much as you are good at what you say, the way you communicate with other team members, because you're not the only one working on the project, right? So the way you communicate bugs with them, or the way you communicate issues with them, also really really matters. Not just that, oh, okay, yes, you have found the high risk areas, so you want to prioritize that. You are not communicating with your dev well. They don't even know maybe what you're saying is maybe they don't even understand you. They might not understand the terms we use, basically, right? So you need to be able to communicate with them well and explain in in a simple English very well to them so that they understand. So yeah, that's that. And I want us to know that risk assessment here isn't about complexity, guys. It is not about technicality, it's not about complexity, it is about consistency. That consistency, we'll come back to it, but yeah, just please put that in the palm of in the left, or should I say on your left hand. So let's come back. So what's a manager's role on this rather? And as managers, or as a QA lead, or as maybe you are the product lead, the tech lead, our job is to own the conversation around risk. You need to be able to tell people that you know what you are doing. If you just I mean, how can you tell him that this is a high risk area, and then you are not even telling me the impacts? You're not telling me I think basically the word is just impacts. You're not letting me know what's going to happen if this happens. Like the way you are communicating it with me, I don't see it as a high risk area. And that is why when I say as a tester, you need to put yourself in the place of a user. And then you need to understand areas that are actually called high risk. So you need to know that not all bugs are high risk, not all features are high risk areas. We've said that, right? So you need to be able to identify. If you can't identify that, no, but you need to sit down back, and it's something that we need to work on. Just keep testing. Know that, okay, if I test this feature, does it affect me? Does it affect the user? Does it affect the business? Does it affect the product? Does it break anything else? If the answer is no, it is not high risk. But if it is yes, definitely it is high risk. So as managers here, you need to push for risk reviews in sprint planning. Of course, there will always be sprint planning. So when there are risks that has been identified, push for the reviews, check the reviews, have reviews on it, be sure that, okay, this thing that is being identified, okay, is it going to affect this? How much of impact is it going to cause? Is it low? Is it medium? Is it very high? It can be even high, it can be extremely high. For example, I was using, and I'm sure many of us use GeekPay. I don't know if many of us use it, or maybe many people that maybe have international payments, you would know what I'm saying. So yes, GeekPay, I was stuck on their product for 3 weeks, almost a month. I could not, okay, I was trying to create a card. I needed to use the virtual card on their app. Then I was not able to use it. I was reaching out to the support, to their tech support. Customer support was getting back to me. At some point, they were just saying the same thing. What is wrong? And do this, clear cache, do this one. And can you use our web? I tried everything, nothing was working for 3 weeks. At some point, I left them alone. So it was like, I think, a month and 2 weeks before they were able to solve that issue. And I'm like, okay, is your tester sleeping, or you guys are using a fintech app for God's sake? Like, how is that possible? For a month, over a month, I couldn't do anything on that app basically, because what am I doing there? And they keep debiting me. They keep, like, it was just frustrating. I have to go on LinkedIn, look for their founder. I went to search for their founder, guys. I showed him the screenshot. I told him what they needed to do. And the man was just looking at, like, who is this lady? And because I'm very frustrated. I had to go and download Gray at some point to use Gray, because I'm like, if your app is not working for me, I will use another app definitely. I was even patient because I'm still using it. I waited for them actually, but I was using another app. But when they were back, I continued. Right? But I mean, not everybody can be as patient as Bukola. I mean, I don't even think sometimes I might not even be patient. I might have deleted the app and just uninstall it straight up. I don't have time. But I mean, I needed the virtual card so urgently that before even, I'm just like, okay, why did it have to take like a month for you guys to solve an issue? I have to, like, do you guys have a QA? They replied, in fact, they were just like, who is this person? So you need to, when QAs are reporting issues, maybe, well, I don't know, maybe the QA reported and maybe the developers are like, oh, okay, this is not high risk or something, or maybe the QA did not communicate it so well. A lot of things could have happened. I don't know, right? So, but as a lead or manager, a thought leader, whatever you are, please always check. Even if there's any feature, please make sure you check, review it, make sure that what this person is saying truly checks out. It's not just about, oh, okay, we are finding a lot of bugs. What is the impact of this thing? Does it affect the users? Will it cause users to leave our product? If the answer is a big yes, please find a way to work around it. Also, as leaders or as managers, please learn to encourage your QAs and developers to raise red flags. If something is not working, always talk. Don't, and also QA is safe. As a QA, please, I know that developers can, of course, they say we are enemies and all of that, but me, I don't believe in that though. The way you communicate with them also matters, guys. So please, when anything you see, please raise it. Don't just say this feature does not matter. It doesn't even matter whether it is high risk or not at this point, right? Raise them, let them know that, okay, this feature is not working, but yes, it might not be our priority now, but please, we need to work on it, maybe for a better user experience or something else, right? So as leaders, please encourage your QAs and devs, always raise anything, the red flags that they have seen, encourage them to raise it. And you too, as a QA, please don't hide anything. Don't say that it is not important or it does not affect it. I get that a lot from my devs, even my PM saying, no, let's not focus on that. No, we focus on it too. Me, I will write it down. We'll still do it. Even if they say that that's not the priority now. Okay, please, after you are done with this, we are coming back to this. And that is me. So let them know that you know what you are doing. Because that is when you can be like, oh, maybe when you don't position yourself for it, might be like, oh, maybe this person doesn't know what they are doing, then whatever it is you are saying, they will not take you seriously. Right? So also make sure testing effort aligns with product roadmap. Yes, there's a roadmap. Like I said, there is a product requirement document, but the PM definitely has a roadmap. So please make sure that your testing efforts is aligning with the product roadmap. Maybe, for example, we are focusing on, let's say, maybe a fintech app that has, what should I say? Maybe just transferring. Maybe no. Let's say receiving money, and then maybe withdraw her. Focus on that. Yes, it might be focused. Maybe there might be a transfer, or what other features can they even have? Maybe they have maybe an airtime feature, utility, and all of those things. Focus on the priority first. That is not the airtime, the utility, other ones, they are not important. Focus on the fact that, okay, this thing, what is the product roadmap? What is this saying about this? Yes, are we focusing on the transferring of money first? Are we focusing on withdrawal now? What is next after this roadmap? What is the next thing we are focusing on? Don't just be testing. Don't just test blindly. Don't test blindly, please. Focus. Align your effort with the product roadmap, right? Also, yeah, there's allocating resources effectively. There is drive a risk-aware culture across themselves. I think I already made mention of that. use simple frameworks, what your team members understand. Use it to guide them. Like I'm saying this because everyone will definitely rise to the top when they write. You are going to become, I don't know if some people are new here, right? Don't think I'm talking to you, I'm talking to everyone, whether you're a manager, whether you're a QA lead, or whether you are just, you're just a QA, right? It doesn't matter. I'm saying this because you are going to get there as well someday. So yes, use something that use tools that your team members would understand, that you'll be able to easily guide them with. And most importantly, stay aligned with the business goals. What is the business goals? Me, I used to ask, please, what is the goal? I say it the way I say it to you, but my developers just like, so what is this go that we are doing? That's how I just say it. I'm like, okay, what is it? What are we trying to achieve? Is this the goal? Yes. If this is the goal, okay, then I'm on the right path. So if this is not the goal, oh, okay, guys, what are we doing? Why are we focusing on this when that is not the goal? Then I want an explanation. I always ask. Then please always be curious. You can't say you're a QA tester or anything and then you are not curious. Please, you need to be curious. Ask questions. As in, ask questions. I'm saying it again. Ask questions, guys. Your PM wants to do their own. Developers want to do their own. Ask them, why are we focusing on this? Why are we doing this? Is this the next thing on the roadmap? Is this the next thing? Is this aligning with the business goals? Is this aligning, with the product roadmap? Ask questions. Don't just say, oh, maybe because as a QA they're leaving. No, you get to determine when the product even gets to launch. You get to determine if this product is ready to be shipped. So yeah, I think, also identifying, high risk areas and prioritizing testing efforts is majorly about the business impact. If all these things do not affect the business in any way, then I think we are good to go. But if it does, we are not good to go. So guys, please, it's not just about the bugs. It's not just about the bugs. Make sure that everything we are doing aligns perfectly with the products roadmap, with the business goals, especially. So to wrap up, I think I am done, if I'm correct. Yes. To wrap up, focus testing where it matters most. Said that, use data and team knowledge to identify risk, prioritize efforts using impacts and probability. You can use that risk matrix. Also, risk-based testing is strategic. It is not reactive. Stay aligned with the business goals. I think that's all I have for you guys tonight. So I think I would love to hear everyone's thoughts, your questions. If there are areas in maybe the project or the products you're working on that you feel testing is misaligned, with risk, or if there are examples where this approach would have prevented issues, please let me know. And I think that will be all from my side, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Oluwabukola Adesina, for that wonderful session. It is short but spot on. The nail on the head. Yes, I believe all our managers on the call, there's no way you will be a manager or you're an aspiring manager that will not pick a thing or two from all this. And I have a lot of them on this call. I see Mary Honora, I see Oji, all of them. they want to deny now that they are not managers. Yes, I see all of them on the call, and I know that everybody was able to pick a lot of things from the call. I love the fact that you said we should learn to align our I can't remember how you said it, but like we should learn to align our prioritization with the product roadmap. Kind of, I forgot the exact word you used. So
yes,
let's
align your. What did you say? Sorry, you want me to repeat what I said? Right?
Yes, please. I missed
yes, I said they should
keyword.
learn.
You used the keyword there.
Yes, they should learn to align testing efforts.
Yes, testing efforts. Yes. Testing effort with business goals. Thank you very much for that. So, guys, we're going to be taking our questions while Oluwabukola is still on the call. So if you have any questions, just use the chat box. I have quite a number of them right now. So I will be reading them out while I just share my screen so that we'll move to the Q&A session. So we are here. And let me go up. Somebody said, what should be the frequency of QA test? Let me take another one with that. After a product has been deployed to live and functional, what should be the QA test frequency? I think that person asked it again. So yes, you can take that, please.
Okay, thank you so much. I get this a lot. And the funnest part is, it's not even about getting that a lot. I think a lot of QAs, or I'm using QA in everybody, sorry. So a lot of QAs, they miss it that, okay, once a product ships or once a product is deployed, they are done. Guys, that's a big lie. You're not done. No. In fact, your work is just getting started. I wrote an ebook on post-launch QA, so you can check it out on LinkedIn actually. But guys, like, you are not done, and your frequency should even be, in fact, what you've been doing before is nothing compared to what you'll be doing after, because now the product is live. Users, they will test you. You will see a lot of edge cases, guys. You're going to see a lot of edge cases. I don't know, maybe God just created me in any way, because I feel like this is where I want to be as a tester, guys. I'm not even capping. I can just go to an app. Even before I became a QA tester, I'll just try stuff, and I'm like, they didn't do this thing well. Just before I even found that I was going to, I never knew everything I've been doing would definitely land me here someday. I am that kind of person. I'm sure that there are millions of people like Bukola out there that they will just come to your app, that app that you think is perfect. They will come to it and just enter something, and to your shock, you'll be like, this was tested now. But then you missed maybe just a little detail of that part. So guys, yes, after deployment, in fact, your work is just starting. There's no QA, no rest though. You have to be checking the app frequently, as often as you can. In fact, firstly, immediately after release, you need to check the stability. You need to check APIs, critical user flows, login, checkout. Especially if you're working with a fintech company. Hey, guys, you cannot see the example I gave now. GigPay. A lot of people use GigPay and they did not have issues. Why was it the day me I wanted to use that there was issue? The QA was sleeping. So I'm just telling you, because it was in the morning or maybe in the afternoon. So every day you need to keep checking your product. It's like your baby. So you need to keep checking it, because before you know it, something that was working well yesterday, before you wake up, we don't know what happens. And just like, I tested this thing, was working. Quickly escalate it to your developers straight up. So straight up, you test frequently as much as possible. There is no rest even after the product launches, guys. There is no rest on that. So I hope I answered that question well. So yeah, I think I did.
Yes, you did. Thank you so much. And I always say that testers will try to be the fraudster that you are not expecting. Try to be the scammer. try to break that.
Did I lose you or
vacation? So let's move to the next question.
Okay.
Just a moment, please. So I'm trying to read the next question. It says, I have been doing usability testing, but excited to be joining the training. Good. Learn to align testing of yes. Yes. If you are assigned to a product team that involves testing a new feature aimed at improving user retention, and the feature is in its early stages, how can you understand the feature and identify potential risks or problem in the early stages?
All right. This question is not it's not hard at all, guys. Like I said, you need to understand the PRD, the product you're working with. That's the very basic thing a QA tester should do. Do you understand what product you're working on? So I'm just going to be citing an example to answer your question. My new job, where we're working on what we do basically at Lantern Tech is to we are helping with house deficits, right? We know the problem that Nigerians have with agency and all of that. So that is what we are doing. You're just coming to the app, there are a lot of houses there. Just come, you download the product, you log in. So you sign up as a new user, of course. You take into your dashboard straight. You're seeing a lot of houses, select, pay. Then your reservation is made. Simple, no stress. Now, why I'm saying this is because when I joined, I asked for when I resumed with the company, right, I had to ask for the product requirement documents. I have not worked in a real estate company before. I don't know how real estate works and all of that, but we are bringing technology into this. So definitely, I know the aspect of tech. So I need to understand about the real estate part. How does this work? How is the flow like? You, as a QA, you will need to even check the Figma designs. Okay, so the flow, they need to walk you through the workflow process, understand, oh, this is what the user needs to do first. After this, they do this. After this, they do this. After this, they do this, right? So yes, for you to retain, you said if you are assigned to a product team that involves testing a new feature aimed at improving user retention and the feature is in its early stages, how can you understand the feature and identify potential risks? So the very first thing you need to do is to understand the product you are working with. Number two, the product you are working on that is in its early stages, right? When you understand the PRD, how this product works, let's say, for example, a fintech, I would definitely use a fintech company. Payments, you know that it is payments. How do you have to put yourself in the position of a user? If you are not doing that, you are not a QA tester. I can bet it with you. So you need to put yourself in the position of a user, like you are a user yourself. So okay, what am I expecting? What am I expecting this app? I've read the PRD. This is what this app is supposed to do. So what am I doing next? The products we're just developing it. Okay, maybe from the design team, say if I'm going back, sorry, designer, this feature, why is it here? Why is it in this place? I'm a user. I'm supposed to click after logging in. I'm supposed to be taken to my dashboard. Why am I being asked another thing? You ask, you talk. So you are supposed to think like them. If you are the one using the product as a user, will you be okay with the flow? I don't know. Okay, the person is Akonde. Sorry, I don't know if you are following me. So you really need to understand the kind of product you are working with for you to be able to determine what feature will work to retain your users, or what feature should be aimed at improving for your users' retention and all of that. You need to. If you don't understand it, there is no miracle that can happen. It's just like you are just working in a place and you don't understand the product. You cannot even talk about the product you are working on. I ask questions a lot, and they know every day. Sorry, that's how I talk to my developers, my bosses. Sorry, and we have the way I talk with them. They laugh, and because I've created that flow that okay, I'm not going to be. I don't want to have issues with my developers at all. So yes, we are going to get along well, and the way I'm going to communicate the issues that I want you guys to help me fix, because I am the one that is advocating for the users. I get to say, okay, this is what is right. This is the flow according to the PRD. This is what I think. Even the PRD, okay, you might even see maybe a flaw even in the PRD. You get to say, okay, if I am the one, this is what I expect as a user. Oh, the PM cannot say, oh, okay, I didn't think about it this way before. Let's try this. What is it? It's as simple as that. So I think you understanding the feature or to identify potential risk or the problems in the early stages starts with you understanding what the product is all about. I think that's what I would say. So when you understand what the product is about, your work is made easy. I hope I'm able to. I hope I was able to answer the question well.
Yeah. I believe so. Yes, but on my end, yes, you were able to answer. So I believe Akonde.
Yeah, he has responded. Akonde has responded.
Okay, good. So somebody also asked the question, what techniques do you use to prioritize testing effort? I believe you have said that before.
I said that, yes, I said that.
Yes. So the QAs are the ones advocating for users. Yes, we are. So yes, do we have any other question?
I think I saw a question earlier that says, how do we gather data or something related? The person asked that, how do we gather data to identify risk? Yes, Michael Coyote asked that.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Apologies.
So yeah, okay, I just wanted to quickly answer because I think we're supposed to end the call by 9.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
So just in a short way, right? Either you're a manager or you are the thought leader or a QA lead. Gathering data to identify risk is not guesswork, right? You have to combine your team insights. Has there been history of this particular thing? Like maybe if there's an historical data, the user behavior, so that you'll be able to form a full picture. And to do it practically, you need team input and what do we call this now? Team input and expert judgment. Let me put it that way. Talk to your developers. They know where the complex or unstable code is. They know. By the time you tell them, oh, okay, what issue do you have? They will quickly search on their code base, maybe whatever. They will search and say, okay, this is what is happening. This is what is this. They will know. Then, as a manager, if you are the manager or the lead, you have to involve your team members. Other testers. They know where bugs frequently show up. Maybe it is when I am clicking on the notification icon, or maybe I'm clicking on the profile icon, or maybe I'm clicking on the settings icon, or maybe it's the home page or anything, or maybe when I'm clicking the back button. This is always happening. They know all of that. So you have to gather all your team input. Ask the product owners as well. They themselves, they know which features are most critical to users and even their business. They know. So they will tell you. So it's not, that is not really hard. Then you gathering the historical, like I said, the historical data has to do with, how do I explain this now? Look at previous test reports. Like if it's the products you've been working on, right? Look at previous test reports, the bug tracking system. You can check your Jira board. If you are new to the company, go back in time and check all of these things, right? You'll find, oh, has this thing been happening before? Where has it been happening before? All of those things will already be issued down. Then identify features that consistently have high bug count. Maybe it has always been the login button that, when they click login is always having issue. What is the problem with login? Or when they click the back issue from the notification back to the home page is always giving issues. All of this, check. So also you can also analyze production issues or user complaints from past releases. If there maybe version 1, there's always be version 1.1 or something. Version 1 had plenty issues. When version 2 comes, also go and check, okay, what are the issues that we were having in version 1? Has it been rectified in version 2? So all those things has to be really gathered. So where there are bugs before, there might be bugs again. That one is sure, especially if maybe the developers did not work on it. I'm trying not to really say a lot. So there's also, you can also use, maybe, if it actually affects the business critically. Yes, that is also there. If the feature, I said all of this when I was talking earlier. So if this fails, what's the impact on revenue? Does it affect the company? Does it affect the company's trust? For example, now, if a payments platform fails me in my mind, I will not use it. GT Bank, since they fucked up, like I've not gone back to GT in like maybe 6 months. I don't put money in my GT Bank since that last time they had issues. And that is it for me. They broke my door and that was it. I needed money urgently and I was stranded. And I made it. I told myself, since that day, I am not going to use GT banking. And that is it. So you need to know how this affects the business critically. So especially if, like I said, we're working payments, if people that are working with fintech companies, and think of payment flows, onboarding, account login, all of these things. Check it with the importance or the way it affects the business, basically. So yeah, I hope I'm able to answer. Is it Michael? Yeah, I hope I'm able to answer Michael.
Yes, you were able to answer more than Michael. You answered everybody. Yes, so Michael is so is enjoying you so much. Oluwabukola, she's a thought leader on LinkedIn, so you can actually send her a DM. That's if LinkedIn will allow you. Because
yes,
this madam like her, like this they want you to go
When
and
did we bring wine in? Why did we bring wine inside this now?
they will ask you to go and fill a lot of forms before you can see them. All right, thank you so much. But will you like to take Michael's question? He said you talked about core features to identify risk after product. What are the risks to look for in the product still in production? Okay. So what are the risks to look for in a product that is still in
After
production?
product launch. You know what? That book, I actually put a price on it, but you know what? I'll give you for free. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Thank
Michael.
you so much.
Michael can reach out to
Mm.
me on LinkedIn. So
Before
I'll definitely send that ebook.
God
So from that,
will-
just to answer generally, it's not a loss. Like I said, all this has to still do with you understanding the product you're working on. Sorry, Henry. Oh my goodness.
you see,
You know what,
you
guys?
see now.
Okay, maybe I'll reach out to Testers Quarter and then they can get
Oh,
straight
thank you so
to
much.
community. So I'll send that. It's just a mini
Thank
ebook,
you
not
so
too
much.
much. Okay,
Thank
yeah,
you.
guys.
So you don't have to reach out, guys.
So
So
yeah,
just ensure that you're following her, connect with her on LinkedIn. But she's going to send it to me, and I'll be sharing it on the resources channel in the community. So you see why you need to join Testers Quarter community. Yes, she also has a community that's MMIT, Mentor Me in Tech. So you can also check that out as well.
thank you so much for it.
You're welcome. So
Thank
it has been a very lovely interactive session, insightful, spot on, fireful, and we enjoy every bit of it. So and now I know why LinkedIn always bring your post to my face all the time. So
Okay, okay.
we are so glad
Boy.
to have you. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
and have a lovely evening. So, guys, we still have a lot to discuss. So, but now we have to let Oluwabukola leave. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I hope to also maybe come here once again. So
Yes, we would love
definitely.
to have you. Yes, we would love to have you.
All
Thank you
right,
so
everyone.
much.
Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye. So, guys, let us appreciate Oluwabukola. This, if you know you enjoyed the session, yes, let's make this room warm with our clap. Yes. This is our CMD, that our CVO that is just joining now. CVO, you missed a lot. Oh, Oluwabukola just left the call. Let us welcome our CVO, Bironke Yekini. She's on the call. Welcome. So, guys, we just rounded up the webinar, and just before we call it a night, I would want us to look at the flyer on the screen. That is our fireside chat. It's the Global Career Clinic, and we usually have it every first Saturday of the month. And it's usually a Q&A session with a leader in the software testing field. And tomorrow by 8 a.m., by 10 a.m., we are hosting Ezekiel Udo, who has more than 10 years of experience in the field. He has worked across so many sectors, fintech and education and what have you. You can check him up on LinkedIn. And we are going to be having a Q&A session with him tomorrow. So you can do well by filling the questionnaire form that I dropped on the community earlier this week. I might be dropping it again right away. Let me pick the form. Yes, the Google form in the community. So I would want you to ask your questions, all right? So that once we come to the call, we might not have to, we might not have to ask questions afresh. We'll just start picking from the questions that you have already filled. You get it? So you can check it out on the community. And I believe there are some people that joined this call and they are not a member of Testers Quarter, because I shared this link on Association of Nigerian Software Tester. So if you have not joined the community, kindly join us at Testers Quarter bit.ly. I will share the link with you as well. So please, let's make it a a morning tomorrow by 10 a.m. with Ezekiel. He is currently based in Germany, and he will be very glad to be among us. So please let us join the call early, and we'll have a very lovely time together. So I just dropped the link to the community for anyone that have not joined Tesla Scotter before. Please use the link and join our community. Yes, so and that is how we're going to be wrapping it up for tonight. Do we have anybody that has something to say or have a question to ask concerning tomorrow's program? All the scholarship students that we have on the call, a very big shout out to you. Your program is going to be starting very soon in May. That's next week Monday, not this Monday that is coming. The upper Monday, yes, you'll be starting your program, which is going to be running for 4 weeks. If you see the curriculum, oh my God, you guys are so lucky. So get ready, prepare, prepare your notepad, your laptop. I don't want to hear that somebody say, my laptop is having issue. Get your file, get your laptop ready, get data, get enough data. You're going to be doing a lot of activities. And by the time you are done with your on the fourth week, by I believe so that a lot of you will be having job opportunities. Yes. So yes, Akonde said it's very ready, and a lot of other people too, Chinon. So yes, we appreciate you for joining the scholarship. So this is where we're going to be rounding it up for tonight. Thank you so much for joining, and have a very good night. Yes, we enjoyed your presence too, Jane. Thank you, Patrick. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Chinonso, you're welcome. Grace, have a good night. Have a lovely night. Ugechi, have a good night. Yes, have a good night.